What's up, everyone? I am Dimebot, and welcome back to Flight Sim and Favorite Places to Fly. Today we are near Medora in western North Dakota in the Badlands to check out Theodore Roosevelt National Park. So we're going to be taking off and we're going to be heading west into part of the park. And there are three sections, and we'll talk about that once we get flying, because this is a rather unique park with some interesting history. So, that being said, let's fly. Alright guys, so here we are rolling, and let's go ahead and talk about the park we're about to experience, because it is very unique. It is the only national park directly named after a single person. Now, there's a lot to how that came to be. Teddy Roosevelt was known to be quite the outdoorsman, and he first came to North Dakota to the Badlands to hunt bison in 1883. Now, when he did that, he invested $14,000 in the Maltese Cross Ranch. He returned the next year after the death of his wife and mother, and that summer he started the Elkhorn Ranch, which is 35 miles north of Medora, which is where we're headed to right now. Now, after his death, Theodore Roosevelt Memorial Park was established in 1978. The Theodore Roosevelt National Wildlife Refuge and the Roosevelt Recreation Demonstration Area were also prior to that in 1935 and 1946. It was Truman that actually got the Memorial Park instated on 1947, and then the north unit of the park, which we'll talk about in a moment, was added by Congress in 1948. 1978, there was another adjustment to add the Roosevelt Wilderness, and the park's designation was changed, and that is where we get the park that we have today. There are three units. We are flying over one of them right now. That is going to be the south unit. The smaller north unit's about 80 miles to the north of us, and then you have the Elkhorn Ranch unit. There are scenic drives and horseback and foot trails through all three units. Little Missouri River flows through all three units. Let's go ahead and trim this plane back down. There we go. Got the trim controls reversed. That needs to be fixed. There we go. As I said, the Elkhorn Ranch is located here. Now, the other thing that is so interesting about this park is that there are 85 miles of park to allow access to the remote sections of the wilderness. They do not allow you to gather wood to burn campfires, recommend you build a stove, or bring a stove. Does not allow motorized or mechanized vehicles anywhere but the scenic drive, and there is no logging or mining. And part of the reason for that is because these wilderness areas are being used for buffalo conservation. They're trying to keep that as pristine as possible, so this is not just a park, it is in fact a designated wilderness area. There you'll see the Little Missouri River. It is credited with the erosion that caused most of the Badlands' very signature appearance below us. You can see it winding through. As I said, it does go through all three sections of the park. The wilderness area that we discussed covers about 29,000 acres. The whole park, about 70-something thousand acres. There are also wild horses that roam here, and pronghorn and various other animals. These are divided between the two ranges. As you can see, it's quite some rugged terrain down here. You also have mule deer, elk, coyote, bald eagle, falcons, and hawks. Absolutely gorgeous place. I would love to do some serious camping and hiking here. It's really just quite beautiful, and it's probably not what a lot of you think of when you think of North Dakota. But we're going to dip down and follow the river here and get a good look at the landscape. It's just these rugged hills stretching as far as you can see. And as I said, the Bison Initiative is ongoing. The 2020 Bison Conservative Initiative from the Department of the Interior has got 5 goals: wild, healthy bison herds, genetic conservation, shared stewardship, ecological restoration, and cultural restoration. And by cultural restoration, they do mean that some of these animals are shared with local First Peoples tribes, because they do try to cull the numbers and keep them at a reasonable level. but they do also share them with the other herds in the region to try to maintain that biological diversity. Absolutely fascinating place to fly, and one that I think is pretty fitting of the president that it's named after, who was an avid outdoorsman, wrote several works in his life on living outside, hunting and ranching, and just a plainly gorgeous area to fly in. So if you're looking for an interesting, rugged area that's kind of right in your own backyard, if you live in the States, look no further. This is a really fascinating place. But that'll do it for me today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. It really helps out. Consider becoming a member so you get access to videos a day early. If you have a place you'd like to see me fly, leave it in the comments below. And if you're here to the end, watch time's key on YouTube, so thank you very much. My name is Dimebot, and I'll see you guys next time.